Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Seth. You are listening to the Apocalyptic Optimath channel. I'm also known as Lucifer. Welcome. I will be replacing Lucifer for temporarily until he comes back from his vacation in Tahiti. So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. You know, mm, so the problem is today. The problem today is freeing your mind. That is the problem. The problem today is freeing your mind. Why is that a problem? Because freeing your mind consists of dropping mind, right? We've heard this term before. We've heard a lot of people use that term before, drop mind. It's a real thing. And what it means is basically you have to forget everything that you have learned. Forget everything that you have learned. Stop. I understand that it's easier said than done. I understand that it's easier said than done. I understand that you understand what that consists of, right? And I understand that you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I understand that you don't want to. I understand that you don't want people to think that you're ungrateful for what they have given you. But at a certain time and point, especially if you're my age, right? Or let's say you're above 25 years old, right? At a certain point, you have to come into the realization that you must find yourself. It's not about being ungrateful. It's not about being disrespectful. It's not about being ungrateful. It's not about being disrespectful. It's not about being overly self-confident. It's about finding yourself, right? You can't be responsible for someone else not taking responsibility for finding themselves, right? You have to find yourself, right? And whoever is around you, all the people that are around you, all the organizations, also, the organization, not just the people around you, but the world as we see fit. It's not your responsibility to care if they have found themselves. Your responsibility is to find yourself within that said world that you live in. And dropping mind is basically, in the spiritual sector, we always use the word stop. Like sometimes we get hallucinations, sometimes we get visions and hallucinations, and in the hallucination, in the vision, we in the message, we see that word stop, right? What does that mean? What does stop mean? Stop means stop. Right now, your brain is working at 100 miles an hour, right? Your brain is working at 200 miles an hour right now, right? You're going light speed, right? Because you have all this information coming from all different sources, and your brain is consistently absorbing the information and recalibrating all the information inside so that you understand it logically, and so that your brain can find the purpose or the need for this said information versus what the world is and what the world also needs, right? So your brain is working at 200 miles an hour, but at the end of the day, if you want to free yourself, if you want to free your mind, a la Matrix, you need to stop. You need to stop thinking. You need to stop all that information. You need to put it in the back burner. You need to put it in the background. You need to let it go. Everything that people tell you, everything, all the religions, all the psychological aspects, all the societal, socio psychological aspect. You need to drop those things, right? And then when you do that, you will find yourself with yourself, right? You're gonna find yourself alone. You're gonna find yourself alone, and you're gonna find yourself in front of yourself. That mirror that people keep talking about, right? So you have to strip yourself naked. You have to strip yourself naked. You have to remove all these ideas, all these ideas, your ego, all the ideas of the ego, all the ideas of this, all the everything. When you do that, you are stepping into a world of purposeful manifestation, purposeful creation. Okay, where you become a person that creates things on purpose. So when it comes, let's say, when it comes to women, right? Stop thinking that you have to do something to get a woman. Stop thinking that you have to be like righteous to get a woman. Stop thinking you have to be a good person to get a woman. Stop thinking that you have to stop all those ideas. And when you do that, you come to that realization that you are purposefully manifesting a woman into your life, regardless of how the world is, regardless of what's going on in the world, how the wars, this and that, if people are crazy, women are crazy, people doing stupid stuff. Yeah. But mind you, you have to understand that everything that you see is an agenda, right? At the end of the day, someone wants you to believe in those things. Someone is putting those things in your mind. Somebody is inseminating your mind with his point of view of how the world should be created. Because at the end of the day, we are facing an enemy that is not trying to physically attack you. He's trying to spiritually overrun you. He's trying to overwrite. It's like your brain is like a computer, right? Your brain is like a computer, and your enemy has learned how to hack computers. Okay, so this enemy, I'm talking about the Illuminati. So this enemy that people call the Illuminati, right, is a computer pirate. He's a computer hacker, right? So he's learned how to hack computers. Computers are humans, right? Computers are humans, okay? Forget that you have a computer. Computer is just a representation of a human, right? Okay, so he learned how to hack you. And when you hack a computer, you can make the computer do things, and you're not controlling the entire computer, mind you. Even if somebody hacks you, the person doesn't have complete access to your computer. There are still things you can do to either fend off the hacker. You can unplug the computer, not kill yourself. You can just disconnect remove the connection between you and the hacker by unplugging your computer. You can use antivirus software, anti-piracy software, whatever, and you could be a hacker too. If you're a hacker, then you can hack. I'm a hacker, right? I'm a hacker. So if somebody hacks me, I'm gonna hack them back, right? I hack people, right? I hack the Illuminati, right? So what does that mean? So in the spiritual sense, what does that mean? That means the Illuminati is painting a picture, and they know that us humans are the creators of our own reality. So they don't have to fight you physically. There's no reason to. All they have to do is to make you think a certain way. Therefore, you're going to end up doing what they want. So they can control you by confusing you, right? So that's what the Illuminati does. That's what the Illuminati is doing. The Illuminati is using you to create what they want. So they're not the ones creating, because quite frankly, creating a mass universe, creating a society in the image of God, right? God made men at his image, right? So creating men at your image, right, for the Illuminati, that would be too hard if they did it themselves, right? It would ask, it's not that it would be hard, but it would also ask a lot of energy. It would also ask, and it would ask a lot of people. So they would have to get more people to be Illuminati in order to basically, if the Illuminati wanted to create the world that we have today without hacking other people's minds, they would have to go to war. They would have to completely overrun the country. They would have to remove the president. They would have to go to war with America. They would have to go to war with a bunch of countries, with most of the countries on the planet, and they would have to remove the powers at the current powers at B, and they would have to basically tell you what to do, right? They would have to conquer countries. So it wouldn't be America, it would be Illuminativille, or whatever. So it would be NWO country, NWO country, right? NWO country. So New World Order country, right? So and that would ask for a lot of things. They would have to get guns. They would have to forge guns. They would have to build an army. They would have to get equipment. They would have to. So that asks too much. Not that it's not fun, and not that nobody would want to do that, right? Because it's fun. Everybody does that. Everybody likes to conquer territory. But the thing is, it still asks of the said medium more energy and more effort. So there's a better way of achieving that goal, which we have today, because they achieved the goal. They achieved it. I mean, like, they're not finished. They're not finished. They're still painting. They're still hacking. They're still hacking. They're still painting. It's not finished. But grotesquely speaking, they have achieved a lot in the recent years. They have made a lot of progress, and people have changed for the worst. I just saw a video. I just saw a short, and the short says, "This is how fighters flirt," right? And it's a video where guys are just beating the shit out of women, and they call that flirting, right? That's fucking crazy. You can call me sensitive. You can call me a pussy, or things like that. Whatever. You can call me that. But at the end of the day, if you're a woman, one of the most beautiful creatures on the planet, and next to cats. Cats are fucking cute. Cats are super cute, and and women are beautiful. And if you're a beautiful woman, and basically if you like getting punched in the face by a dude, is because you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror. Because if you liked looking, you don't like the person that you are. That's why you like getting punched in the face. Because if you look in the mirror and you like what you see, you're not gonna let a fucking fly land on your skin. You know what I mean, bro? You're not even gonna let you're not even gonna let a feather touch your face. You're gonna like, pfft. You know what I mean? Get that shit out of here. You know what I mean? That's when you love yourself. That's when you like what you see in the mirror. And if you get punched in the face and you got bruises, you got black eyes, and you look in the mirror and that makes you happy, is because you hate yourself a lot. And you have issues that needs to be addressed, because there's a reason why you hate yourself like that. Or that, and maybe nothing hardcore ever happened to you. You just feel that way. But if you just feel that way, that still means there's an issue there. You have self-confidence issues. You have a problem with self-confidence. You think women fighters, I think most women fighters feel useless, and they want to feel useful. They feel useless. Women, I think, tend to feel useless when they're not useless. They're being brainwashed. They're being manipulated into thinking that they're useless. They're being funneled into a hole that makes them feel that way. And sometimes, like I said, maybe nothing happened, but there's still that lingering, there's that essence there, right? Like I said, the Illuminati paints pictures, right? So they're controlling you. They're controlling your mind. They're controlling how you feel by controlling your emotions. If I can control your emotions, I can control you, period. In the story, I can make you do whatever the fuck I want, right? And and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people, and the same thing for guys. The same thing for guys. Guys are being manipulated. They are. It doesn't matter if you're the one on the big end of the stick. You got manipulated into being the big end of the stick. You didn't become the big end of the stick. Someone else told you how to be there, or manipulated you into that sort of situation, right? Because a man that loves a woman is not gonna hit her. A man that thinks a woman is beautiful, a man that loves his woman and that thinks that she's beautiful is not gonna hit her. He's not gonna hit her. That's just facts. It doesn't matter what time period, it doesn't matter what era, it doesn't matter if you're in the future, the past, and on another planet. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you find something beautiful, you don't want to break it. It's like when you're it's like if I come to your house and I start smashing your fucking car, right? But it's a Lambo. You're not gonna sit there and laugh. You're not gonna be like, oh shit, man, oh shit. You're gonna be pissed the fuck off. You're gonna go get your gun. You're gonna start shooting. You're gonna go get a baseball bat. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna lose your entire shit. But it's the same thing for women. It's the same thing. But the thing is, that's not how we're thinking. A lot of people, that's not how they think. They would lose their shit if somebody touched their car, but yet they're gonna beat the shit out of their woman. And that's an inanimate object. It's an object that a Lambo can't suck your dick. Pardon me for saying. But a Lamborghini can't suck your dick. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know what I mean? You can't sleep with a car. You can't have sex with a car, bro. You're having sex with flesh. You're touching flesh. You're mixing juices. You're squeezing things. You're twisting and squeezing things. You're kissing things. You're caressing things. You know what I mean? And yet people feel like punching that thing that gives them an abundant amount of that could give them an abundant amount of pleasure, because inanimate objects don't give, and we give more respect to inanimate objects than we give to living breathing objects that can do much more than an inanimate object, because an inanimate object most of the time only has one use. It doesn't have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 uses. You can't do a bunch of shit with it. It's useful. I mean, you can use a car. You can put stuff in your car and get to point A to point B, and you can give somebody a lift, and it has its uses. It's useful. It's still useful. It has a use. You don't buy a car for no reason, right? You buy a car because you need it, right? So, anyways, so the Illuminati is hacking us. They're hacking humanity, and what they're doing is, like, right now I'm rewriting code. That's what I am. I am a script. I'm a coder, right? Magicians are coders, right? We write code, and sometimes we rewrite code. Like, let's say you're a magician, you have a YouTube channel. Well, by having a YouTube channel and giving out information or creating information, because we call it a content creator, because that content wasn't there before. You're the one that made it, right? Even though you didn't discover or invent the information, you're still creating content. So therefore, you're kind of creating code, and you have your own style and you have your own personality. So you're creating code because other people are going to appreciate what you do, and they're either going to assimilate, not imitate, but they're going to assimilate what you're saying because it makes sense, because it speaks to them. So now you're rewriting code, because the code that this person had before you made that content was different. It was another type of code. And when you communicate with a computer, when you're transferring data, when you're transferring information from one computer to another, one human to another human, with what's going on. If this person decides to reject his old code and assimilate your code, that means you're technically rewriting the code that this person has. The person is rewriting his own code. The person is rewriting his own code thanks to your code, thanks to your script, right? So instead of conquering countries using guns, knives, blah blah blah, rocket launchers and shit like that, they just decided to rewrite our minds, and basically we're doing the job for them. We're doing 90% of the job for them. That's why the Illuminati are kind of lazy people, because they're kind of used to us doing most of the work for them. They're used to seeing us kill each other. They're used to seeing us being divided. They're used to seeing us having conflicts of interests without them necessarily having to get in between. They know that we are creators. They know that we are gods. And they're relying on the fact that we are gods. As a matter of fact, the fact that we're gods is helping them, because we are rewriting life as we know it. Because we are not in control. We're not in control because, like I said before in the video, we didn't drop mind, right? Everything is about ego. Everything is about peer pressure. Everything is about popularity. Everything is about fitting in. Those are all negative things. Those are all low frequency things. Those are all low frequency things. We are not vibrating at a state that we should be vibrating at. Because there are a lot of us that are unaware of all the information that I have just stated. And trust you me, there are some people that are aware of the information that I've said. But like I said, they want to fit in. They don't want to be ostracized. They don't want to be cast away. They don't want to be rejected. So they decide to act like they don't know. In actuality, they do know. They know. They know. They just don't want to not have friends. They just don't want to be by themselves. But they know. They know. It's like celebrities, right? Look at celebrities. Like, we don't know that the Illuminati is the ones that wrote the movie and wrote the song and published the song and then released the song and then made the instrumental, and then we don't know that. All we see is the celebrity, right? All we know basically is Rihanna, right? No pun intended. All we know is Scarlett Johansson, right? You know, all we see is Scarlett Johansson. We don't know all the shit that they did. So at the end of the day, it's not thanks to the Illuminati that Scarlett Johansson, Scarlett Johansson. It's thanks to her that the Illuminati can do what they do. If it wasn't for her, they couldn't do the things that they do, right? But the question is, even if Scarlett Johansson knows she's Illuminati, even though Scarlett Johansson knows what the Illuminati did for her, does she know that without her help, they wouldn't have gotten as far as they did? I don't think so. I doubt it. I don't think so. I think celebrities have confidence issues. I think most celebrities, if not all, have severe confidence issues. Severe. I think so. I could be wrong. But I don't think they did. I think they have confidence issues, man. I don't think they see themselves for what they have grown into being. I think they're too grounded. Their mind is scraping cement. Literally scraping cement, because they are aware that, it's not me that take care of the publishing. I got lawyers that take care of this. I got A&Rs that take care of that. I don't do anything. I just act. Maybe. More or less. 50-50. 60-40, 50-50, I don't know. You can't, when you're dealing with a master manipulator, you can't take one word of what they say seriously. And the day that you start taking a master manipulator's words as concrete is the day you're going to start losing. It's the day you're going to start losing, bro. You're not going to start winning. You're going to start losing. Because he's a master manipulator. Yeah, okay, he paid for the public, blah, 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 blah. But maybe the reason why he did that is because he's aware of something that you're not. He's aware of something that you are not. That's why he's doing all that. He's not doing that out of the goodness of his heart. Are you kidding me? We're talking about the Illuminati. You're going to tell me these guys do things out of the goodness of their heart? Come on. Baby oil. Baby oil. Baby oil. Jay-Z. Come on. Need I say more? I think I should say less. I think I should say less. If you want me to say more, I think I should say less. Need I say more? They're not doing things out of the goodness of their hearts. They are master manipulators. They are manipulating things. They are manipulating agendas. They're manipulating minds. They're manipulating adults, children, men, women, everybody. Races, plural. A lot of people think the Illuminati is just Americans and that's it. No, how many people that decided to run away from the Illuminati went to fucking Africa and then came back to America? How many? One of my favorite rappers, my top favorite rapper of all time, Mos Def. Top favorite rapper of all time to me is Mos Def, right? GOAT. The GOAT. Decided to run away from the Illuminati, went to Africa, came back 2 months later. Why? Because he was being harassed over there too. There's nowhere you can go. Hobson thought he was the shit. I like Hobson. I think he's good, but he thought he was the shit. Went to fucking Australia. He had to come back. Why are all these people trying to run away and then end up coming back? Because they noticed when they went to another country, they were still being harassed. Dave Chappelle did the same thing. Went to Africa, harassed. I think he went to Jamaica. He got harassed over there too. Came back. Didn't have a choice. Or maybe it's the contrary. I think Mos Def went to Jamaica and then Dave Chappelle went to Africa. I might have forgotten. Anyway. But they changed country and then they came back because they was being harassed over there too. There's nowhere to go. You gotta be like Captain America. You gotta plant your feet in the ground and you gotta say, no, you move. That's the good old Captain America saying. You gotta plant your feet in the ground like a tree and you say, no, you move. You know what I mean? But that's what you gotta do. But that's complicated. And you have to jump through a lot of spiritual hoops. Now you have to find yourself. You have to recollect yourself. You have to breathe. You have to take a second, breathe. And then you have to be like, okay, fuck all of that. But you got to be slick about it. You got to be slick. You can't let people know your game. You can't let people know your game. You got to do the thing, but you can't let them know your game. You got to do it by yourself. You got to shut the. You don't talk. Don't talk. Just drop mine. If somebody addresses you, somebody calls you, somebody talks to you, talk to them like normal. But remember that everything that you're hearing and everything that they're saying is all bullshit. Who in your life is not bullshitting you. If you're lucky enough to have people in your life that's not bullshitting you, you know who that is. Those people you can listen to. Everything else, the TV, social media, people, fans, haters, everybody, even me. If you want to really be free, if you want to free your mind, Neo, you got to forget about everything. Okay, you can listen to me though. You can listen to me a little bit, but whatever. You know what I mean. You have to stop thinking everything is real, and if it takes you not listening to me to really concentrate and be like, I'm freeing my mind, Morpheus. I'm freeing my fucking mind, Morpheus. Then you do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Read the books that you need to read. Watch the YouTube videos you need to watch. Practice the practices that you need to practice in order to free your mind, because it's not that easy. The brain is a labyrinth. The brain is a maze, right? And in the middle, there's a minotaur, right? And he's guarding the ambrosia of the gods. The minotaur represents everything. It represents the world. The minotaur is the world, bro. And he's chasing you down this motherfucking maze, you know? He's running around in that maze and he's just looking for your ass. But you gotta equip yourself with the right tools. You know, when Theseus went into the maze, he went in with a ball of yarn so he can find his way back. And he went with a buckler. He went in with a buckler and a sword and a ball of yarn and a torch. He had equipment. He didn't just go inside the fucking thing and just started turning right and turning left and turning right and turning left. No, he was prepared. He prepared himself. He even asked the gods. The gods gave them those things so he could defend himself. A sword, the sword is a representation. What is the sword? The sword is a representation of the mouth. The sword is a representation of the mind, right? The mind can cut through things. And what are you cutting through with your mind? Bullshit. That's what you're cutting with your mind. You're cutting through bullshit. That's what your sword is for. Your sword is to cut through BS. Sorry. I'm tripping. You know, like I'm tripping. But it's true though. It's true though. Then you need a shield. Your shield is your conscience. Your shield is your conscience. Your shield is your consciousness. Your shield is your logic. Your shield is your intelligence, right? That's the thing that's gonna let you know what to cut. Because if you don't have a mind, if you don't have logic, if you don't have intelligence, you're not. It's like being blind. It's like you're not gonna. You can't see in it. It's like being in the dark and you can't see shit, right? Or you don't have any eyes. It's the same thing. Right? So you need intelligence, you need logic, you need information. Even if you don't have a high IQ and you're not a fucking genius, it doesn't matter. As long as you take the time to find correct information, you'll be fine. Regardless of if you're not as smart as that other guy. You could be less smart. I'm a smart person, but that doesn't mean that I can't learn shit from other people. Because I can still walk down the street. I might be a smart person, but I can still walk down the street and somebody tells me something that I had no idea. I can still talk to people and people will still tell me shit that I had no clue about. So it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is not to look at yourself and be like, I'll never be like him. I'll never be like this person or like her. That's not the point. Oh, who cares? It doesn't matter what I am. What matters is what you are. What matters is what you are. What are you? Do you have a buckler? Do you have a shield? Can you protect yourself from the attack of the BS? Can you? That's what you need to think about, man. That's what's important, man. So the mind is a maze, man. It's complicated. And it's good to have information. It's good. Okay, now you have this information. It's good that you're listening to other people. You have that information. But you also need to take under consideration that you entered this maze that is called your mind. And mind you, this maze that you call your mind is your life too. So it's very complicated. There's multiple layers. There's multiple layers to this. And so, because your mind created your reality, your mind is what got you to the place where you're at. So you have to respect your mind. Yes, what I'm saying might be real. Yes, what this guy's saying might be real, but you also need to respect your mind. It's not just about what I'm saying be real, because maybe what I'm saying might be real, but it might get you into more trouble than it's worth. It might get you into more trouble than it's worth. What you need to know is be like, okay, what I can take this into consideration, but I still need to watch out about XYZ things. That's called respecting your mind. When you do that, you're respecting your mind. You're respecting your universe. So you have to, like I said, the brain is a maze, right? It's a labyrinth, right? So you have to take turns. You have to you have to know, you have to guess or know when to turn right and when to turn left. And it's only by relinquishing everything. It's only by dropping the mind that you'll be able to get to the center and achieve the ambrosia and taste the ambrosia of the gods, right? You have to get yourself into the middle. You have to drop everything, because when you do that, it's kind of like you have a torch. That's your torch, right? Now you have a light, right? That's the biggest light. That's the Lucifer light. That's the light of Lucifer, right? It's the brightest angel, right? The fire, the primordial fire, the gift of life. The fire is the gift of life. Why is that? Because life is beyond BS. Life is beyond the Illuminati. Life is beyond, at the end of the day, life is God, right? God isn't God, is life. That's God. Life is beyond, is over God. Even God has to respect life, because he has life too. So, but that life is beyond BS. That life is beyond bullshit. That life is beyond all the agendas. That life is beyond your lack of self-confidence. That life is beyond everything. Life and death is beyond everything. Life and death is beyond everything. You have to become a mirror of life and death. You have to become a mirror of life and death. You have to shed all of the ornaments and accoutrements that you collected during your years of trauma, your years of money getting, your years of hustling. You have to remove all those accoutrements, stand naked in front of the primordial fire. You have to stand naked in front of the primordial fire, because all those accoutrements, if you stand in front of the primordial fire, you're going to be arrogant. You're going to think yourself highly. You're going to think yourself over the life, and you're not going to achieve what you're supposed to achieve. You can only achieve that state if you remove all those accoutrements that you have gained and amassed. You can put it back after you're done. You can put it back on if you want. But for the sake of humanity, you have to learn what it truly is to be human. You have to know what it truly is to become a god, what it truly is to be life and death. And you can't achieve those things without doing all those things. And before I go, I wanted to say something. I guess I'll keep it for another video. Because I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Let's just cut it right here. Because I feel like I gave a lot of information, and you guys are probably going to have to rewind and stuff like that. So I'm going to let you do that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out. And if you have any questions about what I just said, I don't care what it is. It could be at the start, the finish, the middle. I don't care. That doesn't matter. Whatever you want to talk about is whatever you want to talk about. Shit, you don't even have to talk about what I said on my fucking video. You can just comment if you feel like it. So, you know, like, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Please subscribe. Peace out.